What are you doing?
Yeah, that's gonna... Come on!
Get ready to descend into pure nightmare fuel with 10 of the creepiest horror movies you can stream on Netflix right now. These chilling picks deliver relentless suspense, unsettling stories, and enough terror to keep you up all night. Number 10. Things Heard and Seen. After moving into a secluded 19th century farmhouse, Catherine begins to unravel as sinister events suggest their new home is cursed, and her husband may be hiding more than just secrets. As she dives into the home's haunted past, she uncovers a legacy of violence that mirrors the growing darkness in her own marriage. Mysterious lights, spectral warnings, and unexplained power outages become daily terrors as the house tightens its grip on her sanity. The walls seem to whisper, the light always fades too fast, and something malevolent watches from the shadows. Directed by Sherry Springer Berman, the film blends supernatural suspense with the disintegration of a toxic marriage, painting a bleak and eerie portrait of deception, death, and damnation. Number 9. Superhost.
A superhost!
Complete lunatics.
Claire and Teddy are travel vloggers hunting for viral content, and they think they've hit gold when they book a remote vacation rental with an overly enthusiastic host named Rebecca. But their dream getaway quickly warps into a nightmare as Rebecca's quirky charm devolves into deranged obsession. What begins as awkward turns deeply disturbing, and soon, the cameras are no longer filming for fun. They're capturing a descent into real-life horror. The isolated house, cheerful on the outside, hides something far more sinister beneath its pristine walls. Directed by Brandon Christensen, Superhost is a savage blend of social media satire and psychological terror, skewering influencer culture while delivering genuine thrills. Number 8. Sumala. A desperate Indonesian couple turns to a shaman to conceive, but the ritual births twins, one pure and the other cursed by ancient forces. As the twisted child Sumala grows into a vessel of vengeance, the quiet village is consumed by grotesque deaths and supernatural retribution. Her sister Kumala, trapped in the horror, must face the legacy of betrayal and blood that binds them. Directed by Rizal Montavani, Sumala weaves Southeast Asian folklore with unrelenting body horror and occult violence, dragging viewers into a nightmare of generational guilt and ritual sacrifice. Though it stumbles in pacing and occasionally overindulges in spectacle, its raw intensity and chilling atmosphere make it a folklore-driven terror worth seeing once. Number 7. Mr. Harrigan's Phone.
I want him to get what he deserves.
When teenager Craig befriends a reclusive billionaire named Mr. Harrigan, their unlikely bond is sealed through books, stories, and an iPhone. But after Harrigan dies, Craig continues to message the phone buried with him, and the replies come back chilling and deadly. As bullies fall and secrets unravel, Craig realizes the man he admired in life may now be his most dangerous ally in death. The town's quiet charm turns to dread as each ring from the grave brings another act of vengeance. Directed by John Lee Hancock and based on a Stephen King novella, the film blends coming-of-age nostalgia with the creeping dread of supernatural justice. Number 6. The Chalk Line. When a well-off couple takes in a mute, traumatized girl found wandering the streets at night, they soon discover she's surrounded by a bizarre fear. She cannot step beyond a chalk line drawn on the floor. As her strange behavior escalates, the couple's home turns into a prison of secrets, and the mystery of where the girl came from spirals into something far darker than imagined. Shadows stretch longer, the girl's silence screams louder, and the lines between care and captivity begin to blur. Directed by Ignacio Tatay, The Chalk Line traps viewers in a slow, suffocating spiral of suspense and childlike terror, where the walls seem to close in with every revelation. It takes its time and may frustrate impatient viewers, but its final act delivers a haunting payoff worth waiting for. Number 5. Red State. Three rebellious teens set out in search of a promised night of carnal pleasure, but instead stumble into the grasp of a fanatical religious cult led by the fire and brimstone preacher Abin Cooper. Held captive in a rural church-turned-fortress, the boys become pawns in a twisted holy war where torture, execution, and apocalypse are preached from the pulpit. As law enforcement descends on the compound, the violence spirals into a chaotic bloodbath soaked in prophecy and paranoia. Directed by Kevin Smith in a rare turn toward horror, Red State is a brutal, unflinching blend of religious extremism, siege horror, and nihilistic dread. Number 4, The Seasoning House. In the war-torn Balkans, a deaf and mute girl named Angel is forced to work in a grim brothel that traffics young women for soldiers. Hidden in the walls, she moves like a ghost, silently tending to the captives. Until the day she takes bloody vengeance on those who brutalized her and her only friend. Through claustrophobic crawl spaces and blood-soaked corridors, Angel becomes the hunted and the hunter in a night of harrowing survival. Directed by Paul Hyatt, the film is a raw, emotionally crushing tale of exploitation, revenge, and the will to endure unimaginable horror. It's a bleak, nerve-shredding descent into human darkness that leaves scars long after the screen fades to black. Number 3, Underworld, Rise of the Lycans. Long before the vampire Selene, an ancient war raged between the aristocratic death dealers and their enslaved werewolf warriors. Lucian, a powerful Lycan born with the ability to shift at will, rises from chains to lead a bloody rebellion against his vampire overlords, driven by forbidden love and centuries of cruelty. As castles burn and the night howls with fury, a dark legend is born in fire and blood. Directed by Patrick Tatopoulos, the film trades sleek modernity for medieval savagery, delivering gothic spectacle laced with betrayal, vengeance, and doomed romance. It's a feral, armor-clashing origin tale that howls with fury and never lets up. Number 2, The Trip.
Jeg var så kjær i deg.
Hold kjeft! 2 millioner hvis du blåser huet henne her og nå.
Lars and Lisa head to a remote cabin under the pretense of rekindling their failing marriage, but both secretly plan to murder the other. Their twisted plans quickly unravel when a group of escaped convicts arrives, forcing the couple into a chaotic game of survival neither of them anticipated. What begins as dark marital satire explodes into ultra-violent mayhem, with blood, betrayal, and bitter laughs around every corner. Directed by Tommy Wirkola, The Trip blends brutal home invasion horror with pitch-black comedy, keeping viewers guessing who'll make it out alive and at what cost. It's savage, stylish, and wildly unpredictable from start to finish. Number 1, The Call. When Seo-yeon moves into her childhood home, she answers a phone ringing from a dusty, forgotten corner. On the line is a girl named Young-suk, living in the same house but 20 years in the past. What starts as a strange connection turns into a deadly game of time manipulation, as each call changes both women's realities in horrifying ways. As past and present twist into a nightmarish spiral, a single conversation can lead to love, madness, or murder. The Call is a nerve-shredding blend of psychological horror and sci-fi, with relentless tension and devastating consequences. It's a haunting exploration of how one voice from the past can completely shatter the future. Here are 4 other movies you have to see. Life.
Hey, you!
A team aboard the International Space Station retrieves a soil sample from Mars containing a rapidly evolving life form. At first fascinating, the organism soon reveals its predatory nature, growing smarter and deadlier with each passing moment. As it escapes containment, the crew finds themselves hunted in the cold, suffocating void of space. Survival becomes impossible as the creature turns their lab into a silent tomb. Truth or dare? A group of college friends play a seemingly harmless game of truth or dare during a trip to Mexico. But the game follows them home and punishes anyone who lies or refuses to play. As the dares become deadlier and the truths more horrifying, their friendships unravel under supernatural pressure. The only way to survive is to keep playing or die. Gerald's Game.
Gerald?
What? What's happening? Gerald!
A A romantic getaway turns into a nightmare when a woman is left handcuffed to a bed after her husband suddenly dies. Trapped and alone in a remote cabin, she must fight dehydration, hallucinations, and resurfacing childhood trauma. As the hours tick by, her mind fractures and her past horrors claw to the surface. Based on Stephen King's novel, it's a chilling test of endurance and inner demons. The Swarm. A single mother struggling to save her farm discovers a lucrative solution, breeding locusts for protein. But her obsession grows as the insects begin responding to human blood. As she feeds their hunger, the swarm becomes increasingly aggressive and uncontainable. Nature's revenge unfolds in a grotesque, buzzing frenzy.